Good morning everyone and welcome once again to Wacky Wednesday. Last week we discussed about ghee and ghee is commonly paired with dal. So today we are going to do a big deal about dal. You see, last week I went to my regular soup stop here near my clinic for my regular soups fix. And there I read Indian Dal served here. My Indian eyes twinkled and I said, come on, let me order Indian Dal. So what I got was a big bowl of dal with a bun. Not the usual pairing, but I said, never mind, let me get along. I took the spoonful. It clamored for attention of all my senses. Since I don't like wasting food, I went through with the entire dal. But I walked out feeling cheated, feeling sad. Yes, it's like you walk into a historical movie expecting something and the director, producer, script writer have totally misappropriated history. You walk out feeling cheated and sad, don't you? Well, kind of the same thing. I agree. This is not a celebrity restaurant. It is one of the regular bistros. So I shouldn't have high expectations. But you see, dal is a tradition of a country which has been existing for centuries. Yes, dal in its truest sense is nothing but split lentil without its cover or chilka. But dal is not a generic name. Dal has many connotations to it. So you have the urad dal, which is white from inside and black with the chilka on. You have the tur dal or the ahar dal or the sambar dal. Then you have the masoor dal or the pink dal. Then you have the moong dal, which is green with the cover and yellow without the cover. Well, these are the common dals. There are few other dals, but I'm going to talk about the common dals. These dals, as they move in and through the Indian subcontinent for centuries, have taken on the flavoring of different states and regions from the Indian subcontinent. Mind you, when I say India, I mean the Himalayas at the north and Kanyakumari at the south, where the confluence of three seas happens, with the deserts in Rajasthan and the place of highest rainfall Cherrapunji in Assam. India has vivid kinds of weathers, different kinds of geographical landmarks, different kinds of languages, different kinds of cultures as you move from state to state. And all of these get incorporated into the tapestry of the dal. So if you see in the south, dal becomes sambar. Now this sambar is not even all over south of India or the Indian peninsula. It is very spicy in Tamil Nadu. The spice becomes more chili spice in Andhra, the place of the spiciest chili of India. It gets a lot of coconut added in Kerala and a pinch of jaggery in Karnataka. So the same sambar tastes different in different regions. Now, in south they use urad dal, mind you, but the urad dal is used in the idli and dosa, never in the main essence of the dal. But the same urad dal is used in Assam as mati mohor dali. Yes. And the same dal gets a royal flavor when it goes up north and becomes dal makhani. But I like its other name, which says maa ki dal. There's a ma or a mother in that dal. Yes. Dal essentially brings out the mother in a person, because every Indian child grows up with the dal and rice or dal or roti combination. When I married and came, my husband would always say, you don't make varan like my ai. We call dal varan in Maharashtra, and every child grows up on varan bhat tup. Yes, my son did, my husband did, my brother did. Now you see, my mum used to add her flavor by adding cumins, and my mother-in-law, who comes from the plateau region of Maharashtra, would add a lot of jaggery. When I was newly married, I did not understand this. Today, I do. So when I cook for my husband, I add a whole lot of jaggery. But when my brother comes, I add the cumin seeds. What my son enjoys, maybe he'll be able to tell you, maybe it is a confluence of two. That's how different things get added to the dal. From Maharashtra, where the varan becomes also the amti, it moves up Gujarat. In Gujarat, you have the Surti dal. But in Gujarat, the Parsis came and they brought in their Persian cuisine, added it to the Gujarati dal, and we have the dhansak. I used to go to Dorabji in Pune to have my dhansak fix. Then you have the Sindhis who brought in their dal pakwan all the way from Pakistan when they moved in the Indian subcontinent. You go up into Kashmir, the fennel seeds get added into the dal. And in Punjab, you have the chana dal with lots of ginger and onions and tomatoes added to the dal. Move a little towards Bengal, you have the pink masoor dal, and I like the way they cook it. But I like what the Odiyas call their dal. It is called dalma. Again, the mother comes in the dal. Because growing up, what you eat from your mother brings that warmth to your heart. But it's not just that. It is also bringing in all the cultural connotations. Dal is not just a lentil soup. It is not just lentils cooked together and random spices added when they are cooking. No, there is a tempering in oil that happens initially. So first you add the oil in the skillet, and when the oil is warm enough to splutter the seeds, then first you add the mustard seeds. When the mustard seeds splutter, then you add the cumin, then comes the curry leaf. So there is a chronology, and this chronology is kept because when the seed splutters, it breaks the seed cover and releases not just the aroma but the essential oils and the health benefits of all these seeds and the leaves and the other ingredients that get added to it. Yes, there is a science behind it, and this science is the Ahar Shastra, or the science of culinary cooking, which helps you to digest. Mind you, digesting lentils is difficult. So there is one more thing which is also added to those lentils like tuar dal, which are very difficult to digest, is asafoetida or hing. Hing is a gum. You just have to add a pinch, and that helps the digestion of this dal. So it was very well thought through how the ingredients went, in what chronology, with what tempering, with what bhunana. Bhunna is to roast it up to a certain temperature. It's a whole science evolving into giving you the best nutrients. Today we hear a lot about turmeric being absorbed only if there is oil. Yes, Indian cuisine uses a lot of turmeric, but we know when to add the turmeric such that it doesn't burn, yet it becomes readily absorbable. Yes, that is the whole science of cooking a simple, wholesome dal. So what I would like to say today is, I was reading this culinary magazine and this chef said a very nice thing. She said that when you cook a traditional recipe, remember you're taking a part of a rich cultural tradition and history of a country and recreating it. So if you have to make changes, make them, but make them gently and in line with that tradition. Do not change the essential essence of that tradition from that country. So true. Don't just take a page from history and place it anywhere anyhow. That is disrespecting the culinary traditions which has flowed through ages, bringing with it the aromas of the country of origin. On that point, I was wondering. I have been eating pastas and pizzas since I was growing up. But when I went to Italy, I had the real pasta and the real pizza. How must the Italian feel that we take their pizzas and pastas and make it into a run-of-the-mill, everyday, mediocre food? What must the Chinese be feeling when we take their noodles and just misappropriate them? Or the Brazilian for that black-eyed beans? What must they be thinking when we cook their turtle beans in a different fashion? So dear friends, yes, if you have to cook differently, please call it fusion. In fusion, you can take some of the tradition, some of your own, and make it together into something totally different. Perfectly allowed. You get the culinary license. But when you are recreating a traditional recipe and naming it the traditional recipe, please be sensitive to the history, to the culture, to the traditions of the place from where it comes. On that point, dear friends, have dal or roti khao, Prabhu ke guna gao, which means have your dal and your flatbread or roti and sing the glories of Lord, because that is the true essence of life. Thank you.